Hello everyone, welcome to the SHOT Show 2017. My name is Craig. We're here with Blade HQ and we're going to show you some of our cool new stuff. First up, we have a new model that is just fun. You know, there's so many companies out there making serious things and everything's so somber, you know, and what we wanted to do with this is make it fun. So we made a folding knife that can also be used as a slingshot. We're calling it the Tops MultiTool because eventually we're going to have more attachments that can be put on this thing. The slingshot forks are removable and we'll be able to put other attachments on for other tools like a shovel or a spatula or grilling forks even, you know, just something to make this more than just a folding knife. Look for this thing late in 2017. We're really excited about it. The folding knife portion is good, so all you people that are worried about, oh great, another folder that they're not going to release, don't worry, it's going to work. But yeah, really excited about this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next up, we got a couple that you've actually seen before that we're just going to show really quickly so that you can see the progress that we've made and see what's happening. First up is the Tactical Fly. So this is Top's version of a balisong. Most balisongs have a very narrow blade with light handles that make them great for flipping open and closed and make them a lot of fun. The guy that designed this likes balisongs, but he also likes knives that he can use. And so when he decided to make one, he wanted it to be something he could take out in the woods and be usable, used as a camp knife or as a bushcraft type knife. So that's the Tac Fly. The updates from what we've shown so far is that we've changed out the aluminum handles for steel handles. This helped balance out the weight, but it also helped it just feels better overall, and we think that it's going to be stronger overall as well. So look for this one sometime this year. It's going to be great. Next up is the Bob Folder. If you know anything about Tops over the last couple of years, you know that we've been working on this because everybody asked about it. We're almost there. Just so everybody knows, we are ready to do a pre-production sale on these. We've got a batch of 50 that we did after our last prototype that we're ready to sell. So here in a few weeks, maybe a month, we're going to be putting up information about how to get one of these. We're only going to have 50 pre-production. Once these 50 are gone and we start with the actual production run, those will start with a serial number of 51 and up. So the first 50 are going to be collectible. They're going to be, it's going to be a big deal. So look for that to be happening very, very soon. Next up, we have one that is that I'm really excited about because I got a chance to go down to Colombia and meet the guy that designed this. His name is Goran. Very experienced outdoorsman, very experienced, he's a hands-on guy. This guy likes to make things, he makes everything with his hands really. Down in the jungle, I mean, he can go out into the woods for weeks at a time with one or two tools and he's set. This design is something that he's been making for years. And he came to us and wanted to make a production version because he's had such a good reception with this model that he wants to be able to get it out to more people. So, of course, true to Top's flair, we've ditched wooden handles for micarta. We've got a 1095 blade. It's got a modified Scandi grind. We're going with 1/8 of an inch thick on the steel. And what we've done here is we've got thick handles that are contoured quite a bit so that it feels like one of those traditional wooden handles might feel. You know, the people that look for that type of knife, they look for something that they can use in this direction, and any which way. And a rounded handle gives you that kind of flexibility. So, really excited about this one. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be one of our best sellers this year. It's going to come in a leather sheath, which we haven't finished yet, but this piece is going to be great. Next up, we have one that we're calling Yucca A, which is Portuguese for caiman. Basically, this is a knife that I designed. I got the inspiration from a couple of different trips that I took. One was down to Costa Rica, where it was more of a tourist trip. I just got to play around and have some fun. And then I really kind of decided that I wanted to make something after I went to Colombia for some survival training with Bushcraft Global. I like machetes a lot. They're great. They're handy. They're very, very useful. But in Idaho, I like something a little bit thicker, something that's not quite as flexible as a machete would be. So we went with 3/16 of an inch steel on this, 1095. It's it's basically all belly, so you've got a lot of sweet spots for chopping, for slicing, for all sorts of cutting tasks, and nice comfortable handle. This thing's pretty much ready to go. We're just getting the sheath figured out. Then we'll be ready to release. So check that one out. Next up, we have El Chete. This one's funny because the designer, his name's Leo Espinosa. He's also the president of Tops. He designs the majority of our models. And basically what happened is one day we're both at work, we're doing our thing. He comes into my office, he says, "You know what? I want to make a big chopper." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, that sounds fun." So he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." And he walks out, and about 20 minutes later, he comes back into my office and puts a drawing on the desk, and he's like, "Here it is." And it was done. Literally, that drawing is this. There were no changes made. So we made one of these, we took it out in the woods. The first chop went about 3 inches deep into a branch, and that was it. We were like, okay, this is ready to go. So 1/4 inch, 1095, heavy, big, thick chopper. It keeps the thickness all the way up to the tapered end. So that's something that people have actually been asking us for a few years now is a chopper that doesn't taper. So you got it. We've got what we're calling the Hammer Hawk. Last year we released the Viax, and a lot of people gave us the feedback that a lot of people like a spike on a tomahawk or a hatchet. A lot of people don't. So we've got the Viax that has the spike. We've got the Hammer Hawk that has the hammer. This thing is 3/8 of an inch thick, one piece of steel. It's actually 1075. We chose that because of its impact resistance, but also we needed something thicker than 1/4 of an inch, and we couldn't get that in 1095. Probably the best part about this is the milling on the inside. We wanted to reduce a little bit of the weight on the head, but we also decided, you know what, let's make it look good. So we actually CNC milled this spear or arrow pattern with the feather, so that we could not just reduce the weight, but give it some aesthetics. And it came out just gorgeous, better than we even hoped it would. So really, really cool knife, tomahawk. It's going to come with this backup knife. Once everything's said and done, it'll be piggybacked into most likely a leather sheath, and we'll sell these two together as a pair. So there you have it, just a sampling of all the cool stuff we've got here at SHOT Show 2017. We've got several other new models that we're also debuting that you'll see on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page. Make sure you check us out there. We appreciate Blade HQ coming out, doing the video with us. Always a pleasure to have you guys, and take care.